Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of my RCT3 Megapark. In the last episode, built this flying turret ride, which sits here really nicely. And I think it's, I think I managed to fill up this part of the park in a great way. So yeah, that's one less area of the park to fill up. Now there's still quite some space here in the middle of the park, especially over here. Now, one thing that I want to do is, we have this path over here, so the guests can climb all the way up. Then there's this really long path leading from here to all the way over here. And right here in the middle there's really nothing. I think that's almost criminal to let the guests walk all this way without there being anything here. Now, we do have this little plot of space here, so I think over here we can fit a nice thrill ride. So I'm not really sure what kind of ride I'm going to select yet. I mean, this game has a huge selection of thrill rides to choose from. So I can probably find something which fits in this area. Now, something else which I want to do in this episode is work on this area over here. Probably going to move the monorail out of the way a bit, expand this area over here a bit. And that will give the guests another reason to climb all the way up here. So I want to expand this path to somewhere over here. And here, I think over here will also be a nice place to add some thrill rides to the park. Something else which I want to do is, we have this underground path here, which now only leads to this coaster here. Let me quickly check it out. So we can probably also connect this path over here. And then I want to extend this path into this direction. And then we can also connect it to this area. So yeah, it will definitely make it a bit easier for guests to get around here. And this path will also lead to down here somewhere. But yeah, I'll do my best to fill up this area over here. And just give the park a nice selection of thrill rides. Maybe one or two gentle rides as well. Because right now I've mostly focused on roller coasters. So we should definitely also build some other rides in the park. Alright, I will start by building a nice ride here on the hillside. Alright, we now have launched Freefall here. Now, ironically, I've been placing these all over the park in order to be able to place scenery everywhere. But I hadn't actually placed one of these rides in the park yet permanently to actually serve as a ride. So I just put one over here. It's actually quite tall, not quite as tall as the coaster, but I think it will be a nice addition to the skyline of the park. I think it sits there very nicely. Okay, with that done, I think we can move on to the next section of the park. So basically what I want is to extend this path over here and connect it to the path that goes underground here. And I want the path that goes underground here to also extend on this side. And I want them to connect somewhere over here. So yeah, this might be quite tricky, but I'll see how I can connect these paths together. Also seems like immediately several guests are heading to this new ride. Oh, never mind, they're walking past it. But yeah, I do see several guests entering this ride, so that's nice. All right, let's get moving with this new path. Alright, I've connected these underground paths now. This should make it a little bit easier for guests to get around. Now, one thing I do dislike a bit is that whenever you have an underground path and there's supports above it, for some reason, if I made the path here, the game would actually put the supports to the side to make room for the path, while it's obviously not necessary if the path is underground. So yeah, that's a bit dumb in my opinion, but oh well. It's what the makers of the game chose for. Now you can already see some guests using this path, so I think that's a good thing. And hopefully it will lead to some more guests actually entering this coaster over here. That would be nice, because it's a bit sad to see it leave with empty trains so often. But yeah, I will now continue just to make this path look a bit nicer over here. Also make it look a bit safer. And then after that, I think we can go work on this area. Try to make it look a little bit nicer and add some nice thrill rides in this area. Alright, I've extended these paths now, definitely made them look a little bit nicer. So now it's time to add some rides to this area, but before I can do this, I think I will need some more space here. So that's why I'm going to move this monorail here a bit, and probably also this path under here. It looks like it actually has broken down. Not sure if I can actually edit it while it's broken down. We'll have to see. All right, let's get on with it. Alright, I said I was gonna put multiple rides here, but yeah, I just came across this Slingshot ride and I decided it would really fit well here. Yeah, as you can see, we have quite a few of these tower rides in the park, and yeah, I think this is just a great location for a ride like this. So yeah, I'm really happy with the location of this Slingshot ride. I will see if I can fit another trail ride here. But it will be kind of difficult with this one taking up so much space. But yeah, I'm really happy with this one. So I'm just going to try and fit something else here. Maybe I'll just stick with some shops and stalls, something like that. But yeah, I'll just try and figure something out. Alright, just like we did with the launched freefall over here, we can probably fit another ride over here in this little area. So I'm just going to find a ride that fits here and just going to place it. Yeah, I think this area could definitely also use a ride. Because again, here's a path with a lot of nothing. And that's something I do not really like. So yeah, I'm just going to go to the trail ride menu and look for anything that we can fit here. Alright, and with this addition to the park, which is a loop-o-plane, I think we have a nice selection of rides added to the park. And again, a nice and large chunk of the park filled in. So yeah, what's left now in the park is just this little area over here probably. So yeah, it could definitely use some decorations here, maybe an extra ride. We have this area here on the beach. We could probably fit our last roller coaster here. Now, if you have any suggestions for what kind of roller coaster we could still build here, just let me know in the comments. Now, I don't want to build a huge ride like an extended coaster. So, yeah, something average, medium-sized would probably fit best here. Probably something the same size as this Woody. Something like that. Wait, if you have any suggestions, just let me know in the comments. Maybe some kind of inverted or suspended ride. Not really sure if we already have one of those. Yeah, we do actually have an inverted ride. Yeah, maybe a suspended ride, something like that. I'm not sure. That's just something I'll figure out in one of the next episodes. But yeah, like if you have any suggestions, just let me know in the comments. And we have this little area here. well, we could probably fit 1 or 2 rides here. Some thrill rides, gentle rides, something like that. But yeah, with that we're already nearing the end of the RCT3 Megapark. I must say I really like how compact it looks like this. It really feels like we've filled up the park here in this area. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. It just looks so cool when you're flying over the park. Alright, we're almost at the end of the episode, but one thing we should of course do is add another patron to the park. Now we have a whole new area here, so of course the patron can walk around in this area over here. So I'm just going to add an entertainer to the park. Let's find one. Alright, and we will name this entertainer Shen Kitchen. Hey, thanks for supporting me on Patreon, Shen Kitchen. I really appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy your spot in the park. Alright, that was the end of the episode. I think for the rest of the video it will be fun to take a ride on this Slingshot. Alright, I hope you enjoyed watching me build, and I'll see you again in the next video. See you later.